In 2016, Naples, Florida officially staked its claim as pickleball capital of the world, hosting the inaugural U.S. Open in its state-of-the-art facility. A year later, the venue and the tourney are both bigger and better than ever. And tonight, the best players in the world vie to add their names to a small and prestigious list of U.S. Open champions. It's next on CBS Sports Network. Places on earth as picturesque as Florida's Sun Coast, and on yet another Chamber of Commerce evening, the city of Naples is proud to add to its list of destinations East Naples Community Park, where tonight the world's only dedicated pickleball facility hosts Championship Saturday in front of a sold-out crowd. And CBS Sports Network is proud to be here for a second straight year for the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. Dave Benz hanging out with veteran pickleballers and veteran pickleball announcers, McCurley and Brian Staub. And Melissa, when you pull up to this park and you see this enormous shade structure, over $700,000 it costs to put it in, you realize how quickly this tournament has grown.
Absolutely, and as people pulled up this week, they called it the Super Bowl of pickleball, is what it looked like and felt to them when they pulled up, and it's given such a great shade, reduced the temperatures in here, allowing more comfort for spectators and players.
Yeah, and you know what, if you're a top player and you've played hard all week long, this is the culmination of your week. This is where you want to be, right here in front of everybody in this beautiful structure.
Zing Zang Championship Court, and let's talk about the tournament as a whole, because, Brian, it really has grown. Last year they had around 800 participants. This year, nearly 1,300, and over the course of the week-long tournament, 182 gold medals given out.
Yeah, you know, with almost 1,300 players on 48 courts, we ran 3,000 matches this week, so these people have put in some miles on the court.
That is a lot of matches. Some people at home may be saying, what the heck is pickleball? But I have a feeling the numbers of people who don't know what pickleball is diminishing, because the sport is growing by leaps and bounds as well.
It sure is. It's growing here in America, the fastest growing sport, and it's growing internationally as well. And that's very exciting for the sport.
Yeah, it's a wonderful sport to be able to get out at all levels, at all ages, and allows you to get some exercise and have some social time. But if you haven't done it, it's a sport you need to try.
And this is what you're going to see tonight, by the way. The best of the best, creme de la creme, going for gold medals, and we're happy to bring you Championship Saturday. Don't go anywhere. We get our coverage underway after this quick timeout here on CBS Sports Network.
Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Latitude Margaritaville and Minto. Change your latitude to the active adult paradise of Latitude Margaritaville. By Naples Marco Island Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast. By Zing Zang, not just another Bloody Mary mix. And by Paddle Tech, the official paddle of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships.
And back here in Naples, Florida, we are just about set to get underway at Zing Zang Championship Court, the 2017 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, and it is a sold-out crowd on hand to see the Women's Doubles Pro gold medal match. Corinne Carr and Simone Jardim against Irina Tereschenko and Lucy Kovalova. And guys, you talk about some women who have absolutely played fantastic pickleball this week. These four have certainly earned their way to be on championship court here tonight. Let's begin with Kovalova.
Yeah, well, Lucy, she's playing at the top of her game right now. We're seeing a lot of good power from her, a lot of good soft shots, doing a good job through the transition zone, I call it, working her way to the kitchen.
And has already won, as you see, a handful of medals here this week. And Irina Tereschenko, Brian, has also been very impressive.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun to watch because she plays a very attacking game. I mean, she plays a very solid volley, a very solid return, and she loves to get to the net, and that's where she's going to actually play most of the match today. But just real solid, any kind of ground stroke, any kind of a volley, she's very good.
Tereschenko, 34 years old, originally born in Moscow, but now calls Iowa City, Iowa home. Kovalova, meantime, from Slovenia originally, 25 years old, calls Wichita State home. And there's a look at Corinne Carr. And Carr got married during the offseason. You can also add another last name to Corinne Carr, although she's competing in this tournament as Corinne Carr, as she did a year ago when she was very successful here at the U.S. Open.
She sure was, getting silver here last year. She did get married in the off-season, if you will, to Raphael Seibenstein, and is now living in West Virginia.
Yeah, she's actually a professor at University of Richmond, University of West Virginia. And she's actually changing to Campbell University this summer out of Raleigh, North Carolina. So we're excited to get her closer to us.
And she is a former collegiate golfer at South Carolina. So you want to talk about an athlete who has a diverse background. She's done a little bit of everything. And, oh, yeah, by the way, you talk about her being a professor. She's a professor of finance.
Yeah.
So that's not easy lifting.
Oh, she runs the show. Yeah, absolutely. She's running the show in the house, without a doubt.
And her playing partner, Simone Jardim. And Jardim, a chance to win a triple crown, and that is when you win a championship here in singles, doubles, as well as mixed doubles. And she's hoping that she can leave here tonight with a triple crown. We see whether or not she can be successful in winning all three before this tournament is over. But no matter what happens, she has made a statement, and she is a fan favorite because she moved here to Naples after competing in last year's U.S. Open, fell so in love with it that she talked her way into a job that created the U.S. Open Pickleball Academy.
Yeah, she runs the Pickleball Academy here, so a lot of the people that are in the stands here are her students, and they will be rooting her on tonight.
Let's get into some of the basics of pickleball for people who might be tuning in for the first time, and it all begins, Brian, with an underhand serve, and then there's the two-bounce rule in effect.
Yeah, so what you'll see is you'll see an underhanded serve, and then you'll see a return of serve. Both shots have to bounce prior to hitting them, and then anything goes. Then they'll start moving to the net. That's where the match will be played. It'll be played at the net. And depth on the serve and the service return will be imperative.
And there's a lot of strategy, a lot of finesse to mix with the power, and part of it is because of what they call the kitchen. It's the non-volley zone. You can't go into the kitchen unless the ball bounces there first.
That's right. So if the ball is in the air, you have to be behind the kitchen line to contact it. If you're stepping on the line, then that would be a fault. And if you hit the ball and momentum carries you into the kitchen, that would be a fault. But as you said, if it bounces in, you can step in and hit it over.
As for the scoring, you can only score when you have the serve, and the game goes to 11. You must win by 2. And Brian, you wanted to add something.
Absolutely, you can. And you're going to see where these two are going to actually play very similar together. They're going to play, you know, a lot of these matches. You're going to see where they're going to go at one person or the other. I can pretty much bet you they're not going to go at Simone in this match.
Let's take a look at how we got here to this championship game. Jardim and Carr, they made light work of Major and Barksdale in the semifinal, 11-3, 11-5. Meantime, Tereschenko and Kovalova, they had to battle to get past McGrath and Ansbury, 11-13, 11-8, 11-3. And we are ready to get underway. Lucy Kovalova, her 5th ever tournament in pickleball play. Last year's U.S. Open was her first ever tourney. She won 3 golds and a silver in 5 events in last year. Her first pickleball tournament, I'd say that was pretty successful a year ago.
Yeah, that's very, very successful. It's going to be great to see her play here tonight.
Played tennis for Wichita State, a Wichita State shocker, but her side will have to wait as the first scoring opportunity will belong to the team of Carr and Jardim. And Corinne Carr with the Durafast 40 ball in her hand, and she is ready to get this best 2 games out of 3 gold medal match underway in front of a lively crowd here in Naples, Florida.
I think we're going to be in for a great match here because I think both teams are going to bring variety, meaning when I look at Simone and I look at Corinne, that Corinne's going to hit the ball a little bit softer, Simone's going to hit the ball a little bit harder, and then you look on the other side of that and you've got Lucy, who's going to hit the ball very hard, and Irina, who's going to chip the ball a lot, kind of under it and volley from low positions, things of that nature, taking pace off. So we'll see how it transpires.
We see the finesse game on display early with the dinks.
And I do think you're going to see they're going to attempt to stay away from Simone. I think Corinne's going to see a bunch of balls here.
Corinne catches up with the net ball, and then Kovalova tries to put it past her, but great reflexes by Carr.
Yeah, great reflexes, great anticipation by Corinne, and she's got a pretty powerful backhand as well.
So again, Corinne seeing the return. Corinne's seen the third ball.
And Kovalova hits it wide, so an early 2-0 lead for Carr and Jardim.
Some great cross-court dinking here.
Absolutely.
And Kovalova makes up for the errant shots earlier.
So if you're looking at it and you're looking at that rally, it was a lot of cross court, a lot of balls are going to be at Corinne. And the problem with that is that it does not open a lot of angles, meaning that you're hitting the ball to the same person every time. So Lucy and Irina might want to move the ball around a little bit more and expose Corinne a little bit more by moving it around.
Carr answers the backhand from Tereschenko. Kovalova unable to catch up with it. And we'll change servers now. Both sides get both players an opportunity to serve before it switches over to the other side of the net, except on the very first service of the game. And Jardim right hitting it low and unreturnable.
So in this match, and I'm going to make my little addendum now. Corinne is absolutely capable of holding her own. I don't want to make it sound that she's not, because she is. It's just they're going to try to stay away from Simone. Simone's going to play a lot of like a guy's game in a mixed doubles match. She's going to step into the middle, try to take space away, and try to make those margins a lot smaller for Irina and Lucy.
Tereschenko able to smash it home.
So we're seeing a little bit of everything from the players right now. We're seeing some nice hard hits. We're seeing some nice drop shots into the kitchen. Some great dinking here.
Oh, how about that net ball from Carr? Takes a large bounce and then just stays in bounds.
She's very athletic. She has the ability to reach for the ball and hit it pretty hard. She is a very athletic woman.
And one of the nicest people you could meet, always with a smile on her face.
She is.
Carr crossed up Kovalova on that return, and it's a 4-0 advantage.
Yeah, so if you're looking at everybody out there, Corinne's probably had the least amount of time to play. She's obviously teaching a lot. West Virginia had a little bit of snow, things of that nature. The rest of them have played quite a bit, but we'll see how she fits into the match.
Tereschenko and Kovalova decide it's time to burn their timeout for game one, try to stem the tide of momentum with a 4-0 advantage early for Carr and Jardim.
Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Pickleball Central, the Pickleball Superstore. By DuraFast 40, the official ball of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By Latitude Margaritaville and Minto. Change your latitude to the active adult paradise of Latitude Margaritaville. And by Gamma, the official grip of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships.
Beautiful sunny Naples, Florida. It's been a fantastic host to this tournament here in year 2, the 2017 U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. And an early 4-0 lead for Carr and Jardim.
We've seen a lot of nice variety from Corinne and from Simone, and consistency as well.
Jardim's net ball unable to clear the net, and now the serve will change sides, and we see the stacking ploy employed on this sequence by Kovalova and Tereschenko. And that return long. So Tereschenko and Kovalova finally on the board.
So they've tried hitting the ball a little bit harder now at Corinne. She's very capable of doing both. They've played soft to her. Now they're trying to hit the ball a little bit harder at her. We'll see if they continue to do that.
Kovalova hitting it into the net.
And she was doing exactly what you said, Brian, Lucy was, and it just clipped the net.
Nice exchange there, and then ultimately sent out of bounds, and it's a 4-2 game.
So that was one of the few balls that Simone saw, and it was actually behind her, which actually made her go to down the line, which opened the middle up. So they intentionally hit the ball behind her there.
Yeah, and that was a short return of serve by Simone, and Irina stepped in there to try to drive the ball, and unfortunately it was an error.
So I'm looking at the wind. I think the wind is going across the court right now. I think it's gusting in circles sometimes. We've had winds in all directions, but I think it's gusting and it's going across more than it is. So I don't think there's a huge advantage on either side right now.
The wind seems a little bit stronger overall today, but more swirling.
It does.
And it's interesting. You wonder how this shade structure affects the wind, although it seemed pretty straight line in the first couple of days of our coverage. We had some live streaming coverage thanks to CBS Sports Network and Facebook Live, presenting that over the last couple of days.
Yeah, this facility absolutely does knock the wind down. You're still going to have some wind, but not like it is outside the wind, outside the
right
structure.
Now, 90 degrees and 16 miles per hour.
Nice defense by Corinne there.
And again, more great defense by Carr. And it ultimately results in Tereschenko hitting it into the net.
Corinne's got great hands. She's a great athlete, and she's going to continue to do that. She'll continue to put the racket on the ball in situations like that and just get it back. She's a fabulous athlete.
Oh! And that hit wide. What has Corinne Carr not done? She's, as we mentioned, has her PhD in finance. She was a collegiate golfer at South Carolina. She's a terrific pickleball player. She's also helped coach high school boys golf and has helped O'Neill High School win 2 state championships while she was doing that.
And she's one of the 10 nicest people on the planet.
Yeah, and so there was Lucy going behind Simone down the line there.
Again, Simone's going to step to that middle. Anytime she can, she's going to step in that middle. So they're going to have to do that to keep her honest. There's Simone trying to be in that middle.
Simone digs it out.
Great point.
And Simone, one of the best defensive players in the game, if not the best.
Now Jardim back and forth with Kovalova. Kovalova tries to change it up in the backhand there by Jardim for the winner.
And Simone was ready for it that time.
Yeah, she tried to go behind her again, and she's seen it a couple times now, and she's starting to look for it. Well, again, though, you say that, and you take that chance. You're going to try going behind her maybe to open it up a little bit. Maybe the middle will be open next time, whereas it wasn't open prior to that shot. So there's a method to the madness, without a doubt.
Jardim won gold in the women's pro singles earlier this week, and she's the only person to say she's ever won gold in the U.S. Open in women's singles because she won it at the inaugural tournament a year ago as well.
Yeah, she sure did. And she's just so fun to watch. She plays with such emotion, and she gets so excited. Very fun player to watch.
She's solid. She's just so solid. Everything she does, she's so solid.
Would like to have that one back, however. Jardim was asked earlier this week about going out and performing in front of so many people that she knows as she runs the U.S. Open Pickleball Academy here now in Naples. And she said, I tend to perform better when the pressure is on me.
She does. I think the adrenaline really runs through her body. Like I said, she's a fierce competitor, as she will fight through anything that she might be feeling in the way of pain. And this crowd's just going to drive that for her even more.
So kind of a long story. She went to see her professional brother, who's a professional padel player in Miami this week. And right before she left, she stopped. She talked to my partner and I, Steve Dawson, who was getting ready for a match. And she said, remember, pressure's a privilege. And I thought that was a pretty unique quote.
That is definitely a unique quote. And Simone, originally from Brazil, moved to the United States to play tennis at Auburn, then transferred to Fresno State. Out. Kovalova hitting it wide.
And I asked Simone, how did she like living in Naples? She said, it reminds me of home. It's hot and humid.
Thank you. By the way, this is, I mentioned her winning the championship in the women's singles. This is round number 2 for her against Tereschenko, because that's who she faced off against in the championship match earlier this week. 11-6, 5-11, 11-6, the final.
Yeah, Irina's quite the singles player as well. She has the ability. She plays a lot of chip and charge, keeps the ball down, slices the ball, gets to the net, got a really solid volley. She is a great singles player.
And that was a nice drop in the kitchen to get she and Corinne onto the line.
Oh, the around the post shot by Jardim, and Kobalova unable to catch up to it.
So if we're going to see some of those, we're going to see them in that exact scenario because the wind is actually pushing the ball to that side. So she just let it ride out around the post, and she hit it when it got outside the post.
That is legal in pickleball as long as it lands inbounds. It does not need to go over the net.
No.
Score 7-3-1.
Kovalova trying to go with the power game and hits it right into the net. Make it 8-3. Now 3 points away from a 1-0 advantage here in this best 2 out of 3 for Carr and Jardim.
Out.
And hit wide there by Tereschenko. Tereschenko and Kovalova in the near court. Carr and Jardim in the far court.
9-3-1.
Oh, Carr with the backhand, and it's just out. Did not miss by much.
She's going to get as close to the net as she can in that scenario and try to hit it out of the air. She doesn't want to let it bounce. So with Irina taking pace off the ball, she's hitting a little underspin, taking pace off. She's going to try to get on top of the net, she being Corinne.
Make it 10-3, and now Jardim to serve for the game. Simone Jardine.
10-3-2.
Her husband from Australia, also a member of the U.S. Open Pickleball Academy.
He was a college baseball player, I think. I'm almost sure he was.
3-10-1.
He's also had a huge role in helping run this tournament this week as well. Has done a great job. Excellent player in pickleball as well.
And Jardim, and another impressive backhand.
3-10-2.
So she's tried to go behind Simone a couple times, and the last couple times she's been burned. Simone's sitting on that ball, especially down the line, so she's going to have to be real careful hitting that shot. Maybe he needs to go to the middle more.
And hit wide by Carr after a couple of pretty impressive exchanges there, especially by Jardim and Kovalova.
Saw some nice defense by both teams.
Great hands.
Great hands by Irina to soften that up.
So you'll see that a lot in pickleball, especially the upper levels. You know, somebody will be hitting the ball hard, and if you're in a defensive situation, instead of trying to return it hard, a lot of people take pace off the ball. That's what Irina did. She got a ball that was hit hard to her. She just took the pace off with nice soft hands, put it back into the kitchen, reset the dink game again. It takes great hands, and it's very easy to do if you practice it.
Side out will give the ball back over to Carr and Jardim, and Carr trying to close out this game.
Not letting the ball bounce. Good hands again.
Back to the finesse game.
Yep, took pace off, dropped in the kitchen.
And then Kovalova, the unforced error to give Carr and Jardim the point and the game. They take game one here, 11-5, and power and finesse in that exchange.
Yeah, and you know what? Lucy's trying to go behind Simone, and this is a perfect example. She's rolling the ball inside out at her, trying to go to her backhand, and Simone's sitting on it now right there. So even if she does hit it, it's going to be a tough ball to hit a winner off of. She's looking for it right now.
Yeah,
Here, inside out there and missed it.
and that's what Lucy was trying to do to get the ball behind Simone.
So they take it 11-5 and an early 1-game-to-none lead in this best 2 out of 3. Game 2 coming your way after this timeout here on CBS Sports Network. Back here in Naples, Florida, a sun-splashed evening, a fantastic host city for the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. Take a look at some of the numbers from that first game. 11 unforced errors, ultimately doing in Tereschenko and Kovalova. And while we have a moment, I want to credit our stats person, Josh Elliott, who's doing a fantastic job. Has been great for us all week here in Naples, Florida. And oh yeah, by the way, ran over here to begin our coverage today, all sweaty because en route to coming to do stats today, he just decided he'd go and win a junior gold title.
He is an all-around individual for sure, and an excellent pickleball player, and doing a great job here tonight.
Yes,
So game 2 underway. It'll be Irina Tereschenko to begin with the serve.
So Brian, what do you think Irina and Lucy need to do here going into game 2?
Well, obviously looking at the stats, they need to cut out some of the unforced errors. And a lot of those unforced errors, you look at it, and they're trying to go behind Simone. Initially, they started the match, and they were making it what I call a dink war. They're going cross court to Corinne, and they kind of got away from that. That's necessarily the way they're going to win the match, but it's been pretty consistent when you try to go behind Simone. She's sitting on it and he's facing it and making it happen pretty quick. So I'd be careful with trying to go behind her too much.
And Jardim hits it where Tereschenko has a tough time returning, and now the serve will change sides.
I don't know why I feel like this side or the pro light side is tougher against the wind. I do believe there's a little wind and it's against them.
And the wind going in favor of Kovalova may not have helped her on that sequence.
I agree with that statement. So easy to hit the ball out.
1-0-1.
Kovalova with the net ball. Jardim catches up to it, then ducks out of the way off the Tereschenko return, and it does stay in bounds.
So Brian, both teams using a stacking strategy here. We don't see that a lot in women's doubles. What do you think the strategy is here for?
Well, they're trying to keep the Simone and the Lucy forehands in the middle. I think that's probably the sole reason why they're doing that. They both have dynamic forehands.
Oh, Corinne playing some tremendous defense here.
Great reflexes to get to it and hit it so solidly.
Wow.
Finally puts it away with authority.
It's amazing how long all of them are. They're all fairly tall women. They have a lot of reach, and they're managing to get low balls, and they're handling the low balls without any effort at all.
And that was excellent defense by Corinne. She continued to work herself into the kitchen line to keep herself not only able to play defense, but position herself in an offensive position.
Right. So she's trying to set that ball into the kitchen with no pace, trying to get back in. The other person or the opponent's trying to hit it hard, so their stroke's longer. Hers is a nice soft stroke, trying to keep the ball, dissipate pace, land it in the kitchen, start the point over again.
And there's Simone with a nice third shot drop into the kitchen. And that one just got up on her a little bit.
So it stays 2-0 as Tereschenko trying to get her side on the board.
Lucy's gone behind Simone from the forehand to the backhand there about 5 or 6 times in a row.
You can see Simone there. She's just waiting to pounce on a ball, Brian.
She is. Well, they all are. They're all great athletes, and they're all quick, and they're all tall, and they're all long. They're all waiting to pounce.
1-1.
Simone, the senior statesman, or stateswoman, I guess I should say, of the group, 37 years old. Carr is 28. Tereschenko, 34. Kovalova, 25.
So I did a clinic with Kovalova about a month ago. The clinic started at 8 o'clock in the morning. She wants people to wake up at 6:30 in the morning with her so she can work out prior to the clinic. That's how dedicated she is to stay in shape.
She loves the sport. Ironically, she learned about it from the internet. She was looking for a sport to do indoors in Wichita, Kansas during the winter months, worked at a country club, needed an indoor sport, and found pickleball on YouTube. Thought it was boring at first, then started to play it, and we've heard this story so many times from so many different people, especially those with a tennis background. They're reluctant to try it at first, but ultimately they get hooked.
Yeah, I was talking to Lucy, and at 16, she moved out of the house to a tennis camp and worked with a tennis camp for the country for years and years, and then has recently stopped. But she had a successful tennis career. Wow.
And we're seeing a lot of tennis facilities add pickleball programs to their facilities and helping further grow the game. And a lot of tennis players playing pickleball as well. Some will tell you that it helps their game.
Well, part of that, Steve and Jenny Dawson, who run the Bobby Riggs Tennis Foundation out in San Diego. And that hits the net as Kovalova, a lot of power behind it, but to no avail.
And Dave, as you've alluded to, that their facility, the Dawsons, they do a lot of pickleball instruction at their facility as well. And so I'm glad to see that the two are marrying, because they can live simultaneously. And one's a little quicker. The
You're talking about the sport, not the people, because they've been married for a
That's
long
a great
time.
point, actually.
For the viewers at home. But yeah, I get your point. The tennis and pickleball marriage, there's no reason that they can't go hand in hand.
Right, without a doubt.
Timeout taken by Tereschenko and Kovalova as they are on the short end of a 6-1 score here in game 2. They need a rally, and they need it quickly if they're going to keep alive their hopes for a gold in women's doubles pro.
Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Pickleball Central, the Pickleball Superstore. By DuraFast 40, the official ball of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By Latitude Margaritaville and Minto. Change your latitude to the active adult paradise of Latitude Margaritaville. And by Gamma, the official grip of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships.
Back here in Naples, Florida, 6-1 in game 2 in favor of Carr and Jardim as we get back to live action, and just one game separating Carr and Jardim from the goal, and really more accurately only 5 points make it 4 points separating them from the gold medal. Jardim unable to catch up with that one, however.
Irina trying to pump the crowd up out there.
7-1 pitch.
Soft.
Kovalova thought she was going to have an opportunity to hit a power winner. Instead, it goes off the end of the paddle and out of bounds.
Yeah, and that was a good example of Simone throwing up an offensive lob, doing a really good job of keeping things mixed up. That'll keep your opponent off balance. You definitely don't want to become predictable.
Carr, the backhand into the net.
Lucy.
Okay, ladies, here we go.
Guys, Simona Jardine, we mentioned that there is an incentive for winning the Triple Crown. If she is able to get a gold medal here, she will have indeed won the Triple Crown. She'll have been the second woman to do it this week, because we just mentioned the Dawsons earlier, and Jennifer Dawson did it earlier this week, and now it's Simona Jardine trying to match her.
Yeah, Jennifer becoming the very first U.S. Open Triple Crown winner. One of many accomplishments I'm sure she has.
I understand her cabinet's full of a bunch of gold bowls, which is in the layman's terms for championships from tennis.
Yeah, so she's no stranger to success.
That wide by Tereschenko. And now Carr will take over the serve, 3 points away.
Hey, you want?
Carr
And that was good vision by Lucy there. She saw the middle open up, and she took advantage in popping it back through there.
Hey, get it.
They have such great discipline, as well as such great reflexes, such finesse, and then they go right to the power. And how about the wow? What an exchange! Finally won by Jardim. Now a point closer to gold, and a point closer to a Triple Crown. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, and Irina and Lucy had to applaud that too.
Lucy hit the first ball pretty hard, and actually it was a good shot. Simone's just got such good hands. She handles the pace and brings it back with more.
And now 1 point away, as it is a 10-1 advantage.
Oh.
And there it is, hit long, and
Oh, no.
Simona Jardine raises Corinne Carr in celebration. They are gold medal winners here in your women's doubles pro in Naples, Florida, and a sellout crowd here at Zing Zang Championship Court applauds its approval.
Corinne's not going to be teaching any lessons, or Simone's not going to be teaching any lessons this week because she's going to have a sore back. You know what? I'll tell you what. When I look at that match, you knew Simone was going to play well. She just has the ability to do it day in, day out. And you knew a lot of pressure was going to fall on Corinne. Corinne handled it wonderfully. She just didn't miss any balls. She missed very few balls, and it made it very easy on Simone to step in the middle and hit the ball. So great match for both of those two, but they played great.
Yeah, and Lucy there was just trying to get her return a serve deep. The wind's a little bit behind her, and it just carried long.
You mentioned it earlier, Brian. The wind seemed to be pushing in that direction. That's the second time that game we saw Kovalova return go a little long.
Yeah, we're looking at a live of Simone hugging. I believe that's her brother, who's a professional padel player.
And she has great reason to celebrate. A lot of people happy for Simona Jardine, who is a local favorite after making Naples, Florida her home. We will hear from her and her partner, Corinne Carr, after this timeout.
Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Onyx. Elevate the sport. Elevate your game. By Pickleball X, powered by Franklin, official partner of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By U.S. Open Pickleball Academy. Learn from the best to be the best. And by Deco Turf, the official court surface of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships.
There it is, hit long, and
Oh, no.
Simona Jardine raises Corinne Carr in celebration. They are gold medal winners here in your women's doubles pro in Naples, Florida, and a sellout crowd here at Zing Zang Championship Court applauds its approval. And back here in Naples, Florida, a straight games championship in the women's doubles pro division for Corinne Carr and Simona Jardine. And you look at some of the final numbers, and all you need to look at are the unforced errors and see why Kovalova and Tereschenko had a tough time, nearly double the number of unforced errors by that side. And that's why we have Jardim and Carr sitting here. And John Colon from Margaritaville, one of the key sponsors here this week, is here to present some medals.
Thank you very much. I want to congratulate both of you. In Margaritaville, we love fun. This is a fun sport. It's a great sport. You guys had a great time playing. So congratulations, and particularly congratulations to you on your hat trick or your triple crown. So here you go. And be sure to have a margarita when you celebrate.
A Margaritaville margarita nonetheless. John, appreciate it. And Simone, let's begin with you. John referenced it. You win a triple crown here this week. That means you won a title in singles, mixed doubles, as well as women's doubles. What does that mean to you to accomplish that feat?
I think it's even sweeter and better. I guess this is my home now, and to do it in front of all of my clients, my friends, my family, it's amazing. It's the best thing that could happen for me so far this year. So I'm really excited.
Corinne, you've been playing sports your whole life as well, although you have a diverse background. So many former tennis players here. You're a former collegiate golfer.
I am a former golfer, but it's great for the mental side of the game, honestly. There's nothing like having a 4-foot putt. This honestly feels easier than that, so I feel like mentally I'm good.
And how about the chemistry that you've developed here with Simone to be able to win this and make it look so easy? And I know it wasn't easy because Kovalova and Tereschenko have been playing terrific pickleball here all week.
Simone's so easy to play with. I mean, she really is. I can always count on her, and she's so good mentally, too. She's always pumping me up and encouraging, and I couldn't ask for a better partner.
How high has she set the bar here this week for all future women's players in pickleball?
She set it high, but the bar was set up there before this tournament, I think.
Simone, last thing, we had a shot of you at the end embracing your brother. I heard a rumor that you hadn't seen him for nearly 10 years. How impressive is that to have him here to celebrate with him?
So we have gone different paths with our lives. We are originally from Brazil. My whole family is in Brazil. And my brother lives in Spain. He's a professional paddle player. And I've been in the United States for a long, long time. So life has taken it in two different directions, two different continents. And when we have gone home to visit our families, we never matched until a year ago. And now we just miss each other so much. And now we're in a good place, and we've been able to see each other a lot more. And for him to be here, it's outstanding. It's awesome.
I know everybody here feels like they're your family after all the time you've put in here with the U.S. Open Pickleball Academy. You both are terrific champions. Congratulations to you both, and I'm sure we'll see more of you as the U.S. Open continues over the years here.
Absolutely, and Corinne is like such a good friend. That's what makes it work. So.
Before we let you go, we want to recap what happened with the mixed double finals. As we take a look at the teams for this match, Simona Jardine, no doubt a crowd favorite. She is from Naples, Florida, but only as of recently gave up the Michigan State tennis coaching job to become a full-time instructor here in Naples, and she'll team up with Oliver Strecker out of Nashville, Tennessee, who in his own right has been pretty accomplished in pickleball. On the other side, it's a pair of teammates from Wichita, Kansas, of all places. Lucy Kovalova played tennis collegiately in Kansas, and she'll team up with Matt Wright, who was the 2016 U.S. Open champ in mixed doubles 19+. We pick it up in game one, where Jardim and Strecker wasted no time jumping out to an early lead, thanks in large part to 12 unforced errors out of Kovalova and Wright. But take nothing away from Jardim and Strecker. They were fantastic, coming up with 6 winners in the course of game one, and they win game one in decisive 11-4 fashion. To game two, where it got a little bit tighter, Kovalova and Wright showed signs of life, keeping this one close throughout. But in the end, Jardim and Strecker had just too much, and they end up taking game number 2, 11-8. They win the match in straight games, 11-4, 11-8, to take gold here in Naples. Oliver, congratulations. Simone, one last question for you. We talked about your ties to Naples. Is it difficult to perform knowing that you have so many people you know personally here watching you?
I said it earlier, pressure is a privilege, and I'm 37 years old. I've competed my entire life. I've been playing competitively since I was 6 years old. So I don't get nervous anymore. I just embrace the moment. Sometimes I play better, sometimes I play worse, but at the end of the day, this is amazing. I've had a pretty long career in tennis, and I've never done anything like this. So this is in later in my life to have is such a blessing, and I'm so thankful for every moment that I get. And to play, I make so many good friends. Oliver and I barely knew each other. A year ago we met here, and this guy was in my house for like 5 days with my kids and my mother-in-law and my husband, and it's such a unique experience. Pickleball is so unique in so many ways. And that's why I think it's growing so fast, because you have, we're so different in so many ways, but we have this common thing, and that's pickleball, and you can see. So that's awesome.
Well, you guys are both tremendous champions. Congratulations on your gold medals, and I have a hunch we'll be seeing more of you guys as this pickleball continues to grow here in Naples, Florida. And that will just about do it for our coverage here from Naples, Florida. We thank you for joining the 2017 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. For my broadcast partners, Melissa McCurley and Brian Staub, and everyone here at CBS Sports Network, I'm Dave Benz saying so long. We'll see you next year right here from Naples, Florida.